Hey everybody, it's Stephanie and today I'm here with my everyday skincare essentials. This has been a highly requested video because contrary to popular belief, I do not have perfect skin. It's the studio lighting, it's the camera, it's the makeup. So I thought I would share with you guys products that I use every single day for the most part to help keep my skin under control. For those of you guys that have not been with us, I have suffered with acne since I want to say 7th grade. I'm 23 now and I'm still suffering with breakouts. I thought that it would be over with, but that's not the case. Also, I've suffered in the past with something called acne dysmorphia, which is a form of body dysmorphia. And basically, if I see a zit or a blemish or something, I make it out to be 1,000 times worse than it is, and I start to obsess over it and obsess over my skin. And that's really a mental thing that as of now I have under control. I do find myself falling back into old habits, but for the most part, it's not as bad as it used to be. I'm also going to state I am not a dermatologist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an esthetician, but I have tried everything out there. All over the counter products, oral antibiotics, topical gels, Retin-A, anything you can think of, I've tried. So if you are suffering with acne or, skin issues, hopefully, if you have yet to try out any of these products, you try them out and they work for you. I'm going to say that just like we are all individuals, our skin is different. Some of the products that work for me don't work for my twin sister Melissa, and so just keep that in mind. Some of these products may not work for you, but it is worth a shot. Most of them are relatively inexpensive, so before I just keep talking and talking and talking, let's jump into the video. So we're going to first start off with the most expensive item that I'm going to share with you guys. This is a splurge, this is an investment, but I would say once I started using this, my skin did a complete 360, and that is the Clarisonic. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out and buy a Clarisonic, but I am going to say that once I started using this, my skin was 1,000,000 times better because it was removing all of the dirt and impurities and the makeup that was being left over when I was just rubbing it or cleaning it off with a washcloth. These can be pretty expensive, but I will say, you guys know me, if you watch our vlogs, I love QVC. QVC is a great option to buy the Clarisonic because they offer it on Easy Pay, so you can spread your payments out over 6 months, but get the item right away and start using it, which is a great option. Also, you don't need to buy one of these for everybody in your household. You can buy one and then everybody can have their own brush head, which is what Melissa and I do. This is the Clarisonic Mia, the men's version, but the only reason why it's men's is because it's gray. Other than that, there's really no difference between the men's and the women's version, and you guys know me, I love grays and blacks, so we went with this one when we had to buy a new one. Our last one finally gave out on us, so we did invest in a new one, but it was totally worth it. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the cleanser I use, and I'm going to start off with a disclaimer. This is definitely not for everybody. It is for those that have severe acne or their skin has become immune to lesser percentages of benzoyl peroxide, and it is panoxyl. As you can tell, this one is almost out. I have to buy a new one. This is 10% benzoyl peroxide face wash. This was recommended to me by my dermatologist that I had in high school when I had really bad acne, but I still use it now because I feel like my skin has kind of built up an immunity to a 2.5 or even 5% benzoyl peroxide. This is so drying. Very, very, very drying. It's not for everybody. But you can get this over the counter at Walmart. It really does help clear up your skin. If you are going to start on something like this, I would suggest kind of slowly easing your way into it, maybe once every other day until you build up to 2 times a day, which is what I use it. I use it twice a day. But it really does help clear blemishes. I don't use anything that's salicylic acid, and I know I've received comments before. People are like, well, if you have acne, you should use salicylic acid because it's better. But the thing is, everybody's skin is different. Some people's skin reacts better to salicylic acid, some reacts better to benzoyl peroxide. My skin literally does not react to salicylic acid. I could use it for a month and see no difference, so I always opt for benzoyl peroxide. Personally, that's my choice. So now let's talk about the toner that I use, and this isn't a necessary step. You don't have to do this, but I kind of got into the cleanse, tone, and moisturize kind of steps when I was on Proactive when I was like in 8th grade or something like that. So I do find that toners are a really good addition to your skincare regimen. So this one that I'm currently using is the Glycolic Acid Toner by Mario Badescu. This Glycolic Acid Toner is one of my favorites. It is on the bit expensive side. I think this is $18. And it's great if you're somebody like me and you get a lot of those little bumps under the skin because you don't exfoliate enough. And this helps exfoliate those top layers of skin, but it's pretty gentle. It's not really harsh or abrasive like scrubs are. So I usually only use this at night because it is a bit sticky, but it's definitely helped fade some of my hyperpigmentation that I have on this cheek, which I feel like is pretty permanent, but you know. But this is definitely something that I use once a day. Also, another option or a toner that's relatively inexpensive is witch hazel. I absolutely love witch hazel toner. It smells a little bit weird, but it does a great job at balancing your skin. So if it is really dry, I know a lot of toners have alcohol in them and it just dries out your skin even more, but the witch hazel is all natural and it really helps balance everything out so that your skin isn't dry and flaky. So let's talk moisturizer. I used to be one of those people that thought if my skin was super dry, it meant that it was clean and that there was no overproduction of oil and that I wouldn't get any breakouts, when in fact, I was over drying my skin so much that my skin was overproducing oil and then causing more breakouts because it was so dry. So I always use moisturizer now, and my go-to is the Celestial by Lush. This is expensive, pretty pricey for the amount that you get at $24.95, but a little bit of this goes a long way, and I find that I can wear it underneath makeup, wear it alone, and I don't look super shiny. The only thing I will say is that it doesn't have any SPF in it, and since I live in Arizona, I always want to put something with SPF on my face so it doesn't burn. I always suggest moisturizer. I got Melissa to start using moisturizer because she never used to use moisturizer, and now since she has, her skin is plumper, it has a glow to it. So even if you think that, oh, you know, I'd rather my skin be dry, it means it's healthy, I would always suggest just a little bit of moisturizer, even just something with SPF to protect your skin. So let's talk spot treatment. I have used anything and everything under the sun. Benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, tea tree oil, hydrocortisone cream, anything that you can think of. Toothpaste I've used as spot treatment before. I have tried, and my holy grail is the Mario Badescu drying lotion. It helps with cystic acne, which luckily I have not had any cystic acne this year, which is pretty good. But I recently came across the Acne Free Drying Lotion, which is a lot less expensive, more affordable than the MB one, and I feel like it works just as good. It is not as drying as the Mario Badescu one, which is, you know, sometimes we take that risk of I'd rather have a dry patch than a red zit, but you can't cover it up with makeup. So this one I can put on my face, wash it off in the morning, and my skin still is just as hydrated and moisturized as it was the day before. So I really like this. Basic, put the Q-tip in, dot it on your pimples, and I think you guys have actually seen this, like me wearing this in a vlog, which is kind of embarrassing, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So the last thing I'm gonna talk to you guys about is exfoliation. Exfoliation is key. Now you don't wanna over exfoliate, but at the same time, I personally feel like if I don't exfoliate twice a week, my skin looks dull, there's no glow to it, my pores are clogged, my makeup doesn't go on as well. So the exfoliator that I use is technically a mask, but I think it does the job. It's not too abrasive, and it is the Freeman, I have to think about it for a second, Charcoal and Black Sugar Mask, but I use this as a scrub, and it's kind of hard to apply to the face, so I would suggest wetting the face and then applying this. I leave it for like 5 minutes and then scrub it off, and I do this twice a week. And like I said, it's not too abrasive. My face isn't a red cherry tomato afterwards. And if you do have, you know, active breakouts or you popped a zit, even though you're not supposed to, I wouldn't recommend scrubbing over that, but I feel like it's still gentle enough you can use it in the surrounding areas, which is nice, unlike some other ones that have like chemical, like, who knows, maybe this has chemicals in it too, but I just like it as a everyday, or not everyday, twice a week exfoliator. It's relatively inexpensive and it does the job. So those have been my skincare essentials. If you guys have any tips, tricks, or products that you find helpful or useful, doesn't even have to be for acne prone skin, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Help a sister out. Let's help each other, even a brother. Help whoever out. I know that sometimes we feel like, I don't know, for me, acne defines me, or I feel like less of a person with acne, but that's not the truth. You know, we all suffer from different things. We're all beautiful in our own ways, and so what, you know? So what? I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!